Hey y'all, it's your girl Minister Ari, ex-Minister Ari, saying I'm back with another video. Like I told y'all before, y'all see, if you've been following me, then you see what the Lord has done as far as turning so much of the heavens over into my hands in New York City. Like, the sun is under my command, the moon, the stars. A lot has been done in honor of the Lord because of the fact that they are keeping people bound who God had already set free in 2020, and who the sun sets free is free indeed. Now, mind you, I could have been left. And I wanted to leave. I was in North Carolina. I left New York City several times. And God brought me back all the times that I left because my battle for him was not done. See, I'm not bound to Satan. I'm bound to the gospel. I'm bound to the word of God. And so remember back in the day, in the story of Egypt, when Pharaoh wouldn't let the people go, Pharaoh was having his magicians to try to outdo God, try to outdo Moses. So the same thing is happening to me. So the devil, or whoever whoever is the overseer, or the Pharisee, the head Pharisee in New York City. I don't know who that is. We gonna call him Pharaoh for now because we don't know who he is. So the Pharaoh of New York City, that's what we gonna call him. He out here convincing people that his warlocks is keeping the moon up right now. First of all, you don't need witchcraft or magic to call on the moon. Secondly, they don't know what that is in the sky because it's only a certain amount of heaven that the people on the earth is allowed to go to. And it is only but so much of what God created that he allowed humanity to see up until this point. Let me tell you one thing about the devil. The devil's job is to lie. Yes, he have knowledge. Yes, he is very witty. Yes, he is very crafty. But why wouldn't he be? That is that man's job, to steal, kill, destroy, and lie. That is his job. He is a liar. He is the best liar. He is the best liar to ever do it. He tell you the lie, you would think it's the truth just because of how he said it. The devil don't owe no. The hell is tight right now. Hell is packed tight. The devil don't owe nobody no loyalty. Let me tell you one thing. He don't owe. It is not about you. One thing about let me tell you the thing about Satan. He did not get cast down because we did not want to serve him. He got cast down because he refused to serve humanity. So if you think that same Satan is going to tell you the truth, you out your rabbit mind. I'm going to let you know that right now. Satan don't owe anybody anything, and he lets that be known from the time that you see him in the morning, or whatever time you lay eyes on him, to the time you go to bed at night. He going to let you know, as long as you think that he don't owe you nothing, and as long as you want to work for him, you can. Okay? Money don't mean nothing to say he don't need it. Money don't mean nothing to God. He don't need it. Anyway, this dollar fell back in August. I don't know why they didn't announce it yet, but it fell back in August 2022. The reason why they didn't announce it is because I said it. But for the grace and the glory of God, I'm thankful that I said it, because I'm not even ready for the dollar to fall. That money don't mean nothing in space. That money don't mean nothing in heaven. That money don't mean nothing in hell. That dollar been fell. It holds no weight. But God is a good God who sits high above the heavens and is glory for the nations. And he know daggone well we was ill prepared. He knew I was ill prepared. He's a good God. Now, I don't know why he's trying to convince people that the magic is what. Let me tell you something. Let me kick it like this. Let's say I was here forever, from the beginning of time, right? And we don't know, all y'all know is science. From our understanding, we understand things down to a scientific breakdown, to a scientific term. Let's say this is my homeboy. Let's say my homeboy is disguised as a car. We're gonna call him, my homeboy is disguised as a car. But I come back and tell you, in order to move this car, you gotta click your feet 3 times. But I had already told my homeboy, listen, as soon as he click his feet 3 times, I want you to start your engine. That's the same thing. The Satan is convincing y'all that y'all got some type of magical powers in your hand. You think Satan would give you his power? If he wanted to give you his power, he'd be worship you and submit to you and bound to you like he was created to do. No, Satan don't give you nothing because he don't feel like you deserve nothing. That's the point. That's the reason why he tricked Eve in the garden. Now I'm preaching. That's the reason why he tricked Eve in the garden, because he felt like he did not owe her anything. He was trying to prove to God that humanity is not worth a daggone thing, not even the creation thereof. And so I want you to know that on tonight, that the devil is a liar and the truth is not in him, and he do not owe you the truth, because that is not why God created him. And let me tell you something else. I'm not going to tell you that, because at the end of the day, even Satan worked for God. You think he don't? Where he get his power from? God said both good and bad will work together for the good of those who believe, and I believe. I don't care about what Satan allowed in you and told you, or what that moon is doing as far as exalting itself in the sky right now. That moon, no daggone well, he's not supposed to be in that sky. Okay? Now, I don't know what his issue is with God, but he know daggone well that sky is not where he's supposed to be tonight. He knows that, and he knows why. Now, why he in the sky, I couldn't tell you why. But I'm sure it's because whoever was here, that Satan that goes to and fro, roaming back and forth on the earth, when the same Satan that God called forth, when he asked Job, in the book of Job, when he said, Satan, from whence did you come? He said, you know what Satan told God himself? This how he told God himself, I was traveling to and fro on the earth, looking for souls to devour. And you know what? God was pleased, because you know what? That's Satan's job. One thing about it, that's Satan's job. God didn't say, well, why was you looking for souls to devour? You ain't hear nothing about that dialogue. He said, okay, and he continued on with his conversation, because he know that's the job that he gave Satan. And he gave it to Satan because he's a good God. Now don't you be ye not deceived. Amen. Be ye not deceived by Satan that don't like you no way. Okay, that said, God, look at what look what your humans do. They disregard and disrespect you from the beginning. At least that's not what I did. Satan wants to prove how stupid we are as humans. Satan wants to prove to God that we ain't nothing, ain't worth the sacrifice that he made. Do know that. Do know that as a human being. I don't care about what race you is, what color you is. Do know that as a mere mortal human being, that Satan's job is not to befriend you, be nice to you, owe you anything. It's just not his job. And that's why he never loyal you. Like, even when he gets you to where he needs you to be, he's still going to be the Satan that he wants to be, because that's who he is as Satan. And honestly, maybe that's who I am as a woman. But that's why I don't like him. And I'm glad that God gave me the mind that he gave me. I'm not saying that is who I am as a woman. I'm not saying that is who I am as a woman. I'm saying maybe I understand it so well because that's who I'm as a person. That's probably why he don't like me. I'm not saying that's who I am. I'm just using it, as a figure of speech. That's why he don't like you. That's why he don't like us. That's why he don't get jiggy with us, because he's Satan. He is Satan. You don't have to like. Y'all don't understand why Satan was cast down is the issue. But I'm glad that I got to enlighten y'all. And I want y'all to know that you don't need magic to have the moon be out tonight. The moon, that's not even a full moon, because the moon was set up for signs from God. So when God don't put it there, it does not make any sense. It's like, it's done in vain. Don't believe Satan. He's a liar. And you know he a liar. And if you don't know he a liar, I'm telling you right now, he is a liar, like a big fat liar. Like, he lies for, one of them people that just lie for no reason. That's how he is. He lied just because. You ain't gotta ask him. He just lied. Like, he lied to whoever he lying to in New York that's overseas. He really got them thinking that a witch, you don't need witchcraft to bring the moon. I wish I knew what I knew about the moon, or the humility and humble spirit that the moon truly has, and he will always have from the beginning. I love the moon, but you gotta understand that everything is done for the glory of God. And tonight that moon gotta, like, this not like the rain. When I said I love the rain, I love the dark. That's one reason why the reason why me and the sun work together is because God made me work together, because he know I don't appreciate that much light in my face. But God saved me. He redeemed me. And so I allowed the light to be, because it wasn't for God's light. If it wasn't for God being a lamp unto my feet, I'll be lost unto this day. But there's no reason at all for the moon to be in the sky. And he gotta go. Enough is enough. It's your girl, Minister Ari. Ex-Minister Ari. Remember, do what you gotta do for you. I love y'all.